All right, at this time, the court is declaring a mistrial.
I am angry that there wasn't a finality really to this.
Frustration, anger, devastation. The jury in the Jodi Arias retrial deadlocked. Every juror voted for the death penalty but one. And tonight, those in favor are speaking out. An emotional day in court. For the second time, a jury couldn't unanimously decide on a sentence for Jodi Arias. The convicted killer stabbed her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander, 30 times, shot him in the head, slit his throat so deeply she almost decapitated him. That means it'll be up to the judge to decide life in prison or life with the possibility of release after 25 years. We have team coverage for you tonight, from what the jurors had to say to the costs of this trial. Let's go first to ABC 15's Elizabeth Irwin, who was inside the courtroom when this decision was announced and who spoke with these jurors face to face there. Elizabeth, it had to be incredible.
Very emotional, Katie. These men and women spent months listening to testimony and more than 20 hours deliberating. They tell me since last Thursday, they were set, 11 in favor of death, 1 holding out for life in prison. After their decision was read, they talked about what it was like to dig through all that evidence in the deliberation room.
There was always evidence on the table being sifted through as discussions were going on.
What they wish they would have seen.
I wish we had access to testimony and full testimony from, you know, the prior phases of the trial.
We got a stack of DVDs with just dates, nothing on them, no who was on there.
You don't get a full context, and that was hard to go back and look and see just those pieces, not getting the full idea.
And what they wish they could forget, those gruesome crime scene photos showing how brutally Travis Alexander was murdered.
We're all personally scarred from that, and I know for me, I will be.
That was my last thought last night. I went to close my eyes, and that was the picture I saw. And then I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I cannot get that out of my head, and it's going to stick with all of us the rest of our lives.
Emotions really running high. As you can imagine, such an emotional time in court. These folks really digging through all that evidence. The 11 jurors for the death penalty tell me if there was one thing they could say to the Alexanders today, it's that they were sorry. So as you can imagine, Katie, just a really tough time for these folks.
Yeah, and just the sound of the Alexander family as they heard this come down had to just be unreal.
As that was happening, yeah, those jurors actually broke down in tears, several of them. And as the jurors walked out of the courtroom, several of them looked at the Alexanders and kind of gave an apologetic, I'm sorry look to them. Oh, really tough for everybody today.
Really heavy responsibility. Thank you, Elizabeth. Well, the Alexander family releasing this statement, it reads in part, they are saddened by the jury's inability to reach a decision on the death penalty. It goes on to say they understand the difficulty of this decision and have nothing but respect for the jury's time. Travis Alexander's siblings also thanking prosecutor Juan Martinez and all of you, the public, for your support. They are also requesting privacy. They say they won't give any other statements nor interviews.